Come here. Little baby. Little baby. Come here, babe. Hi, little cat. Where you going? Don't. There you go. It's me, motherfuckers. Once again. What time is it? It's hamster time. 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 What does hamster time entail, you ask? Even I don't know. Let's see. What are we gonna play tonight? You completed the Onus last time. I'm proud of that. I've finally. Hang on. Let me see. There we go. Cat cam is nothing currently. Hang on. There we go. I suppose that works. Oh no, we played this one. We played this one. Oh fuck. Recently too, I believe. Didn't we? Seen that one. Seen that one. There's a lot of these. Not a lot of these are good though, as I recall. We'll come back to this. I don't want to do this tonight. If we do that tonight, it'll just be all that we do. Silent Mementos. Ooh, that sounds delicious. Silent Mentos. Silent Mentos. We have to update it though. What do you want to bet this is like Silent Hill? Come here, kitty. Little cat. Little cat. Are you deaf to my cries? Come here, babe. You want to go outside? You need to investigate your cat mysteries? Nobody knows what cats get up to. We should update these two. Actually, I'm going to update all these. And we'll launch one that is ready to go. What engine is this? Oh. Still waiting on anybody to join. Don't blame you. I'm gonna turn off cat cam. This could just be a RimWorld stream, but RimWorld has gone back to running slowly. I don't know why. I don't know what happened. Doubt comes to you so easily when you're bored. Your mind wanders. You think about things. You ask yourself questions and come up with answers that are yours and yours alone. Sometimes you feel like this dubious boredom is itself just another expression of our shared existence and purpose. We all march upon the limb of the same tree. We all get caught up in our heads with the same thoughts. We all wonder if others do the same. I was just talking about this with a friend. Most of the time I think I'm being specifically punished with this burden, and that my sisters would not understand if I were to share it aloud. I doubt myself. So I'm briefly glad to be interrupted by someone shouting my name. Sister 20, look out. I leap backwards on instinct, barreling into the one who called out. Two of us tumble down just as I hear a crash of a great branch collapsing onto the path ahead. All at once there's a panic. Sisters are screaming, watching out, running. The fallen limb weighs heavy on the branch that we walk. It dips and I struggle to keep my balance. It creaks and groans. It unleashes a horrible crack as something gives. The world rushes away. I'm falling. This is it. I don't want to die. I'm wrong. The eyes are being flung upwards. The branch snapped in front of me, and the leftover stump is recoiling. I need to hold on. I need to hold on. Grip as tightly as I can. I bite into the bark. Anything to stay put. There's a jolt, a painful whiplash that wrenches every point in my body, joint in my body. But I hold. I can't read tonight. My head aches. Is this not streaming? It should be. Is this not rendering to the foreground? Or, no, the stream is just way behind. The canopy comes back into focus. It starts to rain. Oh, that's right. I remembered this just being like a visual novel. I guess I was delightfully mistaken. So I can use Steam Controller. Busy helping the others. Sisters are sisters. She's panicked and doesn't listen to me. Fair enough. So there aren't any clear answers, like what level of technological sophistication the ant society is at. They have the wheel. They have, like, carts. So they're hypothetically medieval. They have the retinues in front of us, all gone. We were too late. And they're ants. They can survive quite a fall. This can't be happening. This can't be happening. We were too late. It's nighttime. Sisters call out, trying to make sense of it. How many fell? We must turn back. Where's Mother? Wait, there's the retinue. They all stop. No need to shush in her presence. The rain itself quiets as she senses our anticipation. Queen Mother one and many. something or other is going to speak. Dot, dot, dot. Daughters, sisters. We see fear in our faces. You smell grief in the air. Do not worry. Do not weep for the sisters we've lost. Our daughters, our sisters are not gone. Yes, our numbers are lessened, but look around. Listen, we are surrounded by our family, our strength, our gift, and our blessing to ourselves and each other. Well, that's uplifting in these difficult times. I like the hand-drawn style, too. Clasp hands in mine. Can ants be kawaii? I don't fucking know. Is this technically a lewd anime girl? It's naked, mostly. Look at the size of that abdomen. That's technically a dumpy. She's got a big old bloated dumpy. Entire fucking bakery back there. Sisters one. Sisters many. Or sisters of many survive. Are ant drones female? I forget. I thought they were male. Or are they like sterile females? So too will each one. Mother, her words trace themselves through her sisters and herself. Can't help but notice how much quieter. Our hopes are brightened. My worries sets itself deep in her stomach. There's ground to cover. No one questions it. Tension is palpable. We follow the path. Before I can lose myself in my thoughts, I'm called upon by Sister Superior 3. Oh, they have ant religion. I forgot about this. This is like fucking Rick and Morty. Sister 20, you're placed on feeding duties. She leads me through the marching order. I mean, if it works. Never fed Mother before. We all share food. It's a responsibility and privilege reserved for those in our retinue. Our retinue, I remember myself. Follow along meekly until I'm standing before the Queen Mother's palanquin. Don't know what to say. Hungry? Receive a swat to the back of the head from 3. Shh. This is Mother. Queen Mother, please allow us to introduce Sister 20 of many Okophilia. Please begin your duty to Queen Mother 1 and many Okophilia. She steps back and I'm face to face with Mother. Sorry, this is the first time. We're aware we don't forget our own daughters, our own sisters. Despite Daughter 3's insistence on formalities, we all must eat, so we all share food. I nod and regurgitate some of the contents of my stomach. Gross. She'll be seated here when she finishes an hour later. Anxious silence as she eats. Daughter 20. We don't wish you to be uncomfortable. Speak with us if you have anything to say. She continues to eat. Something I've wondered for a while. Mother calls herself one in many, but she can't be the first. Everyone has a mother, right? We don't speak of her. You understand? Yes, Mother. That's that. Oh, she doesn't... There's some drama there. Mood is strange as we walk today. Sisters buzz with idle chatter, speak their minds while expecting answers. How long has it been since we set out? We're strong, we're strong. Left, right. March comes to a halt. It's like an RPG, kind of. We bunk down for the evening. How are you? Sisters worked hard today. How are you? Always one step behind you. Oh, they're numbered according to their order and procession. I see. Can't run, watch, can't talk right now. Look at this little baby. Young one? What's it doing all the way out here? Little sister, you lost? 40 and 8. Is that you? We're 40 and 8. Very young. Exoskeleton not very hardened. So pupated when we set out. Well, it's nice to meet you, Sister 40 and 8, but it's dangerous out here. Shouldn't you be in the nursery? No. She turns and walks away. Oh, we got a rebellious youth here. Sister 20, never mind. What if I leave? I take a stroll away from camp into the dark of the night. Stars are clear out here. You can't go very far. We're into the huts. They have shelters. They have tents. They have fire. So they're at a pretty advanced stage of development for ants. And to reduce sleep. So there's no benefit to leaving the camp cozy. I should probably get some rest. Find an empty cot in my water. What do ants think about? Tomorrow will be a new day. We have to keep steady pace, feet moving, minds bustling. Stay safe. When will we sleep? Where will we sleep? Has anyone seen Sister 30 and 4? March itself is for once uneventful. Weather's clear, there's no delays or interruptions. We make much needed progress. We even managed to find a decently stable collection of leaves to stay camp. Nothing long term, but more than good enough for a single night. Figures that when we finally have the opportunity to relax a little bit, I'm left feeling restless. After tossing and turning without relief, I give up. I find Sister on a night watch and volunteer to take her shift. She's more than happy to trade places. A couple of moths circle overhead for a bit. Move on with the ever landing. Temporary nest rustles as resting sisters shuffle and care to the young. And care to the young. Is that grammatically right? I hear footsteps from behind me. Sister 33. He's walking forward. Sister 33, are you alright? Oh, that's right, they have the mycelium. You've got that mind control fungus. She's mumbling, almost so quietly you even hear the pain. Painful vertigo. Vertigo, aching pain. Takes a step forward, then another. This isn't funny, sister. You need to stop. We can't. Hey, put me down. Lifts me with ease and tosses me aside. Doesn't seem like she's trying to hurt me. Just walking. Pain, aching, vertigo. Right at the edge. No, stop. She's gone. What just happened? I should get help. I should tell someone. It's too late. I could wake the others. What would be the point? All we do is interrupt to rest for a problem that can't be fixed. Better to find out in the morning. I feel like that's wrong. If this was a military contingent, they would want to know right away. Our stomachs growl, but our legs keep moving. This is too much. Will we see them again? Must we go further? Can I do more to help? I'm not sure why, but my thoughts keep drifting to Sister Nurse 5, my old sister nurse. There are many more recent losses. Why do I keep going back to the one from when I was a child? It keeps reeling around my head. Her whole generation is nearly gone now. Mother's first brood. remember Sister 5, but I can't help but feel I never knew her, not really. Sister Superior 3 is the only one who left who did. And Mother, of course. Perhaps that's enough for Mother to remember us. Wait, where did everyone go? My thoughts of remembrance paused to suddenly realize I'm walking completely alone. The trail, did I wander off the scent trail while I was daydreaming? I spin around, the antenna flicking curiously. I'm still on the trail. It's faint, but certainly there. Where are my sisters? Did I get turned around? Doesn't seem right. I don't recognize this part of the tree. Why is there a trail here? There wouldn't be a trail here if someone hadn't been this way. I have to follow it, so I pick up this pace and I do. Eventually the scent gets stronger. They must be nearby. Is this going to be a death spiral? I feel unease. Sister, I'm relieved to find them, but I don't recognize her. She's clearly older than I am, probably a 10-and, but I don't know who. She responds and keeps walking, forcing me to match her pace. Should have figured someone would notice I was missing. Probably shouldn't correct her. Followed me all the way out here, huh? You were? Actually, sorry. Were you exactly? Oh, good. At least it's not just me. It's just the two of us then, huh? Sister 20. I'm not, pardon? I'm not your sister 20, not anymore. Are you feeling well? We walked quite a long way. I'm fine. You can stop if you want. Don't mind me. Stop. I said I'm not your sister. Who were you? Does it matter? I was and I'm not. I'm sure someone who knew will notice eventually. You can ask them when you get back if you care. Away. Oh, she's a defector. Once in my life I've decided to do something, I'm not going to let the doubts of others prevent me from doing it. I'm tired. You're not coming back? I'm not. No, I'll come eat with you. No, you'll not. What? I've made a decision. I already told you, don't burden me with your doubts. I think it's a kindness. To be forever branded as... I guess that's true. You pity me with your words of kinship. I don't want them. Going her own way. Relieved to come across a fork in the scent trail, a strong path, clearly the original path, and a much weaker offshoot that led me astray. It's an interesting story idea of an ant that leaves the colony and tries to forge an existence for itself on its own. Although you have no future as a solitary ant, because ants can't reproduce without the queen. I wonder if we can genetically engineer ants. Maybe their ability to reproduce individually is still in their genome somewhere. Sisters ahead. Voice calls out from the group. Sister 20 of many, is that you? Sister Superior. No dawdling. Canopy rustles. We're sore. The path is too long. We're thirsty. Will we find it? It's my turn to scout ahead. Branches have been getting more treacherous lately, but many of them are cracked and unstable. It's crucial that we plot a course through those that are not, or risk another disaster. Everyone's been on edge. Caution can only take us so far. We have to take some risks. We have to keep moving and stay on the path. The tree we currently walk on can't be trusted. Got to search for a crossing to one of its neighbors. It's a long search without much success. In addition to the dry, aging branches, the canopy here is thin. The trees stand too far apart, branches waving but not touching. When I'm ready to give up, I find it. Would you play an ant RPG? And that's kind of what this is. I guess also it's kind of what SimAnt is. But I mean like a traditional JRPG. Or actually, it should be a tactics RPG, shouldn't it? Or something like Tactics Ogre, where you command large armies against each other, but it's armies of ants. That seems like it could be Kino. Someone bridge the gap. Sure, this means we're getting closer to safe territory. Halt. Who goes there? Giant frog. Uh-oh. Now you shall answer my riddles 3. Talking to you, little one. Blinks one eye and the other. What? Stop talking, run. Who you are, speak. So big. Sister 20. Mouth opens. Can't look. Speak up. Sister 20 and many. Many names for such a small creature. It's laughing? Tell me, little 20. Why do you trespass on my domain? You mean on this bridge? My domain, you wish to cross? Yes, you built this? Always building, easier to take. Take from who? Can't let you cross though, why not? Buddy system only. No crossing alone. Come back with a buddy. Fair enough. I like that he's safety oriented. Buddy system. There's really only one solution, so follow the pheromone trail back to the main group. Oh, he wants us all together. No aggression. There are no other routes. We must trust this beast, whether he deserves it or not. Follow closely behind. He's gonna eat us, isn't he? Level 20, you brought a buddy. Yeah, maybe cross just one more thing. Help. Sickening squelch. Lurg. Suppose I was hungry. He tastes bad though. Cross if you want him done here. He ate one of her buddies. She's gone. She was walking behind me. Now she's just gone. The cross for it decides to come back. That's morbid. I just led one of my comrades to their certain death. I don't feel good about that. Can't believe we walked right into it. Of course he just wanted to eat us. I'm so stupid. The others crossed safely. Can't even bear to listen to it. 10 and 9. Don't care that she's gone. Was there a way around that? Fresh leaves. We'll take what we can. It's not enough for a nest. Hopefully it's a good sign. Our sisters are strong. We'll follow the path. The path is long. Rain's picking up again. I don't think it's just a shower. We're going to need to take shelter to make it through this one. Make camp. Don't have the time or resources to handle heavy rainfall. Good. All these when we set out. The nurses will still see the larva. We made it this far, but we've just been roughing it. Our luck is running out. Nothing yet. We're counting you to support them, of course. Oh, we got a scout. We got a scout this way. There's a good leaf on this one. We should get it. Climbing there's the descendants. Oh there, roly-poly. Quite the weather we're having. Suppose you could say that. I love the rain, exhilarations of nature. This is different from the last time I played it. I think there's multiple paths. This is significantly different. Isn't my touch too wet for you? Yes, yes it is. You're in luck. The finest inn. Bunty Nathan's will take good care of you for a bargain. Warm beds. There's more. Auntie sent you. Courtney dry, the eager bug stays out in the rain. Sure enough, inside's a giant pill millipede. I like this bug world. How can I help you this evening? Pay no mind to my brother. This is his mother. That's lovely. Granny Gray is sleeping upstairs. Just how many in your party? Last forever head count. Many. Well. Lucky your bodies are quite small. Are you sure? We just need one. We don't have any money. Our sisters have no need for money. We support ourselves on the path and support each other at home. It's a crude instrument, but it serves the purpose for us. The purpose? You need money to pay for food, for protection, for property. You're serious, aren't you? No money, none. Afraid you're out of luck then. This inn accepts paying tenants only. The prices are steel, but this is still business. How would you pay without money? It can work. Actually, perhaps. Something else these types want. You're a weaver, yes? There are weavers with you then. Yes, of course. We may have a deal that will benefit us both. We offer very fine accommodations. Very cozy. I'll admit the furnishings are underwhelming. There's only so much you can do with reclaimed wood. If we had silk covers or curtains, maybe a pillow or two. Make decorations for you? Ambiance. A whole new market segment, in fact. Executive suites. A bug on the go. Bunty will love this, and you'll even advertise your work on future customers. Free exposure. I'm convinced one night stay for one night's weaver work. Of course. Suddenly spurs into action. Rolls away. Left alone in the lobby. This does seem to solve our problem. I think I negotiated pretty well. Sister 20, how goes the scouting? How do you feel about roly-polies? Passed along report. Nest construction efforts seem to slow to a halt. Sister Superior, we've heard much about these alternative arrangements for our travel nest. This is your doing? Yes, I found a solution. Practice if we're wrong. Sounded like the solution required the use of currency. It's already been worked out. We don't need to pay. They just want fair trade. They're willing to exchange the room and board for woven commodities provided by our sisters. You want us to sell our bodies to sell the gifts provided by our sisters to be? You call us a fair trade? Yes, I do. And all for the grudging hospitality of a measly pair of shillbugs of all people. What else are we to do? It's unglamorous work, but it is work. Are we so proud that we'd rather die than labor for a night's survival? That's you who misunderstands. We're not discussing options for survival. Mother has already been informed of your report. The inn sounds more than suitable, and we're prepared to spend the night there while the storm passes. What's the problem? Final terms with Nathan, get out of this weather. Whether the roly-polies wish the houses or not is irrelevant. In your report, there are only two of them, perhaps the third likely unable to fight. We do not intend to provoke violence, but these greedy fools value their lives more than money. We'll be glad to take them. You can't do that. Mother thanks you for your diligence, sister, but please, for our sake, remember you're part of the Queen Mother's retinue. You don't act alone. I've brought doom down upon the innkeepers, haven't I? Now go, return to her sisters. Americans. I should have spared them. I should have thought about the fact that I represent an army. Plenty of activity. Sisters mill about. They killed him. Bed frame is nice, cozy. Surface hard and flat. Could use a pillow. What could I have done differently? Deny having found anything? These are fucking communist ants. Light underfoot. Path is ours. How long has it been since we set out? Stop. Left, right, left, right. Step, step, step. We can camp for the night. Left, right. Step, 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 step. Tap, tap, tap. My sister, third and something, hovering over me. Sorry to wake you. We need your help. What is it now? Find sister 30 and 5 standing across from me. She's tied up. Kinky. What's going on here? Ant bondage? She's secured to a twig. Defensive positions. Oh, she became a zombie. What are they doing? Explain yourselves. Hoping you can figure this out for us. You saw 30 and 3 fall, right? Her fall. We caught her about to have a similar accident. Took all of us to apprehend her. Legs continue to struggle. She's trying to walk in place. Anything strange? What kind of question? Is she fuzzy? Careful, we don't know if she's dangerous. A thin, light strand on her shoulder. Another. Yeah, she's got the fungus. Amogus. The Fogus amogus. This is basically The Walking Dead with ants now. Sickening. It's everywhere. It's coming from inside her. Seems that way. How is she still alive? Seems impossible, doesn't it? The real question is whether it's the same as the previous case. Think back trying to recall specific details. It's difficult to say. It was the middle of the night and it all happened so fast. Protrusions, they're not familiar. Has she said anything? Nothing at all. 30 and 3 spoke gibberish before she fell. Just single words. Pain, ache. What is this? Back, back, I say. Get back, don't go near her. What are you standing around for? We must dispose of her at once. But she is our sister, we must help. Don't you see she's possessed? Our sister is lost, and if we don't act quickly, all of us will follow her into the abyss. This explains so much. Of course, she's strayed from the path. We had a devil in our midst. Stop talking. How long has she been here? Who found her? Who touched her? Raise their hands. Oh no. Shakes her head, eyes starting across our faces. Bunny, come quickly now. Our sisters, our poor sisters. We're sorry, you must stay here. Shuts the door. Hardly thinks straight. I wish I was still asleep. She lights a torch on the embers of the campfire. What are you doing? We must cleanse them all before it gets worse. What? She can't be serious. There are 4 more sisters in there. We must act fast. We both stood in that room. Our hands had touched. You intend to burn the 2 of us next? She's seriously considering it. How long were you in the room? How much longer than you? You show no signs, no strange urges, no thoughts or words that are not your own? No, nothing. She returns to the sisters in waiting, falls surprised and relieved. My words stayed her hand, but this is not yet over. How could they even begin to guess what they just avoided? Marching as usual at first light. 4 of you will not. You will stay here and count steps in our absence. You will count until we've stopped marching, and again until we've begun. Only then will you begin to walk yourselves. This is clear. Remain on the path, keep your pace, but also keep your distance. Each of you has been tainted, but perhaps not doomed. And if anyone is to stray from the path, your sisters will see to you. Good. You hopefully will be able to join us. We hope you're all right, sister. The sun's beginning to shine. That was grim. I think during last playthrough I didn't save them. I'm pretty sure the first time I played this they got incinerated. New sense in the air, strong and virulent. Would you play an anti-RPG? I'm trying to picture it as like an Evo, like on Super Nintendo. Must be on the path, the trees, the leaves. Called upon by Sister Superior 3. You're being placed on feeding duties today. We only get to answer one of these. Keepers of the Inn? They were dealt with. So there. If you ask whether they still live, we don't know or care. They did not cooperate and were evicted from the premises. That is the start and end of the matter. You're willing to help us. I don't want to hurt them. They chose a path of mercantilism and deceit. Our path is one that does not know expense. And suffering that night it was their own making. I guess so. We are communists. The sun shines through the leaves above, speckling the path in greens and golds. We must hurry. Is our journey ending? Is this it? We have faith. Stop for the night, as we always do. Temporary shelters built, food is distributed, sisters are tired. Watch shifts into bit. Campfires lit. Scrape together what remains of our fresh leaves, preparing for our next day's journey. We have more than usual. It makes the march a little tougher to carry with extra weight, but the next night's camp is built much easier as a result. Take late shift. Gathers the scouts to send us out early. We haven't returned by the time I collapse in a cot. My hopes are not high tonight. Sisters, wake up, wake up. I wake up shouting. It's the zombies, isn't it? Overwhelming scent. It's fresh, exciting. Sisters are running off to one direction. The scouts have found something. We follow the trail. Stronger and stronger. The chain is already assembled. They fold the first leaves. The weaving begins. Oh, we're e-weaver ants. We tentatively release our grip and it holds. The first wall of our new nest. My sisters celebrate as we work. There's scarcely time to think of anything but the work ahead. All I can think about is how nice it will be to finally rest. The work is long. A day passes, then another, then many more. Our food stores grow, our nurseries fill up, and the nest begins to feel established. Plans for a second nest. Another dangerous trip along the path are discussed. The work slows at times and never stops. There's always much to do. They're happy. I've been assigned to waste management. Just my duties are coming to a close. I'm interrupted by 40 and Sister calling my name. Courier for mother's new retinue. Sister 20. It's our duty to inform you. Mother's called for an audience. Please come along. This was something the forwarding carrier and where it leaves her off. Whatever waits beyond this door will be momentous. Queen Mother. No. Queen Mother? Introduce yourself. Sister 20. No. No? You have spoken a name. Is it yours? A name carries with it weight, responsibility, and understanding. You understand the one which spills so freely from your wanton mouth? Mother, what is this? Tell us, what is your name? You dare. It's our name, our mother's name. Do you understand? Not mine. It's our name. Sister 20. She's laughing at me. What are we saying, Louise? Of many. Is that so? Who is this many you speak of? Could it be our daughters or sisters? We should think not. You do well to remember how little difference it is between one and none. What'd I do wrong? Why is she laying into me? Tell us your name. I have no name. Really, do you understand? There's herself and her path. For all we've given you, there are things which you do not share. So we've lifted this weight from your shoulders. You've been unburdened. Stand up. Our daughter. This will allow you safe passage, of course. Courtesy will not lose then should you return. Nameless one. Alright, just made us sentimental. We're allowing you to leave before you should come to any harm. Show her out. What'd I do? What the fuck did I do that they're kicking me out? There's nothing for me here. I'm not welcome. What did I do? Why are they mad? Former sisters. Not welcome here. How much changed? Yeah, it's romantic. Say our greetings. Legacy or life? It's rhetorical. The end. What the fuck did I do wrong? I can't figure it out. That horrible bitch. She, after everything I did for the colony. Was it because I asked her about what happened to the roly-polies? Is it because I got the priestess to spare the infected? I know that the first time I played through that, I got promoted at the end. So I must have done something right the first time. Oh shit, Unreal Engine game. It's gonna run like shit and look worse. It seems to run automatically in 21:9 though. Not all is lost. My name is Lucy. I have a boyfriend, Nigel, who likes to make video recordings of old abandoned houses. I'm not reading that. She's going to look for her boyfriend at the house. Oh, this looks familiar as soon as all the textures load in. Okay, does the other gamepad work? I can't find the other gamepad, so I guess we're playing this on mouse and keyboard. Wow, this runs god-awful, and the floor texture still looks like a Nintendo 64. What is this, PT? I can't control this. Projector that can play Super 8 films. Wow, this runs like dog shit. I don't know if I can... Nope. Black screen. This doesn't run well enough to play. That's a non-starter. That fucked up system memory too. Holy cow. I hate the Unreal Engine. Have I mentioned that? I don't understand why anybody chooses Unreal. I know a lot of people swear that it's better. I'm not really convinced. My experience has been the opposite. I guess if you learned Unreal and that was your knowledge base, you would feel it was better. I've heard a lot of people say that Unity games always feel like Unity. How's that not true in the other direction, though? Unreal games always look and feel like Unreal games. They always look really shiny and they always have weird physics. Then again, weird is relative, so some people might be used to Unreal physics, and to them that's what it's supposed to feel like. For me, that's Quake. Quake feels like home. Quake controls like home. Let's try Corpse Ocean. Also Half-Life and Half-Life 2. Come here, baby. Oh, we got a cat. You know what that means. If I can see around her. As soon as she stops standing sideways in front of the fucking monitor. I can't do anything, cat's in the way. There we go. Cat cam, activate. I can't see enough to start the game, cat's in the way. Sup, Hell Hydra, I need to wait for the cat to move. There we go. I can see enough to start now. Experimental Navy sub was lost in Sargasso Sea in 1989. So many of these games are set in the 80s and 90s. Is that just like the official spoopy time period? Like when I was growing up, it was the 60s and 70s that a lot of horror games were set in. I feel like about 20 years ago, 20 or 30 years ago, is the official spoopy time period. Left triggers dive. Right triggers surface. Can't see well enough past the cat. You fucking cat, why always the same place? And the game froze. No, unfroze. I don't think it's meant for ultra wide either. It clips, shit clips when it's close to the edge of the camera. At least that means it's really rendering ultra wide. That's never guaranteed. Game froze. Unfroze. Ever dreamed this, man? No, I can't say as I have. That's not the guy from the meme. Okay, so this doesn't work with Steam controller. XY. Oh, the cloudy shit from the water enters into the subcockpit. That's fucking shitty. Wonder if he couldn't find a way not to make it have it do that. That was a mangled sentence. Well, that works actually. Can't see past the cat, so I can't tell you what's happening. There we go. I think we're where we're supposed to be. It really bothers me that shit from outside of the sub is penetrating into it. I wonder if that happens with foliage. Let me find out. No, it doesn't. Okay, if you could do that with foliage, why couldn't you do that with the particle effects? Cat, do you mind? Do you mind, Cat? You're right where I need you not to be. What's up, Zulu? You are right where I need you not to be. So, I don't know if I mentioned this yet, but I'm banned from Twitter, from Reddit, and from Medium. They didn't say why, but I can guess. It's the same people who cause all censorship. I don't know if I talked about this already. I'm still pretty mad about it. I lost 5 years of writing. I was able to log on to download an archive of all my articles from Medium, but I lost my readership. I'm really pretty fucking pissed. I guess I should have expected that, given that all of the big social media companies are based in San Francisco, and like 4 or 5 of them are on the same street. So they all have exactly the same politics. I still really want to get back at them some way. I don't know how to do that without going to prison. Audio good, video good. I know you have. I know you have video. I can see it. Can you hear me clearly? How's the voice volume relative to the game volume? Pardon me. Can I scan a rock? What will be the fruits of that? Fucking nothing. Can I go deeper? Cat, do you fucking mind? I'm sitting here thinking this is dull, but it's funny. This is what operating a submersible is like. So if I had one in real life, it wouldn't be any different from this. Also feels like the prototype for Iron Lung. So if you can actually see anything. We don't want to crack the viewport. I don't see anything. Damn, the ocean kind of sucks. It's like PS1 Subnautica. Now we're getting somewhere. It's not really that dark yet, actually. I don't know if I need lights. Was that fish inside of the cockpit for a split second? Here we go. She's rolled up into a cinnamon bun. Okay, oh, hey, there's something. Okay, so we get analog horror at the bottom of the sea. Is that it? Set another dive team in. Retrieve the body. Remember that being the point of this is just to retrieve tapes and watch them. Oh, I didn't know I could do that this entire time. Is there a map? You mind? Why do you have to sit up? Cat, please. Uncap another bottle. Is there a streamer who just gets shit-faced drunk every time he streams besides like Bro Team? I want to say that would kill you pretty quickly if you did if you streamed like with any regularity and you insisted upon being drunk for it. Cat, do you mind? You are right where I need you not to be. I could stop her from being here, but it's just when she lays down, it's so nice to have her right in front of me. You lay down. Don't you bite me. Oh, it's a fucking whale. I can't stay mad at you. Haven't seen the habitat so far. But she's tantalized. Her favorite toys are bottle caps and plastic bags drive her nuts. She wants to climb inside of them, and then instead of just exiting through the hole she entered through, she tears new holes with her claws and squeezes her whole body through them. Why does she do this? Nobody knows. Nobody can explain her mysterious cat reasons. Aww. Pet your tummy tum. Hello, kitty cat. Aww. She's making biscuits in the air. She's making air biscuits. You're a good... You want to be a good cat. You don't want to misbehave, right? She's playing with her bottle cap. Yeah, it's funny. I agitated for a game almost like exactly like this, like back in 2013. I wrote a bunch of posts to a video game board about how sick and awesome a scientific research sub sim would be. I may have been wrong. Option yesterday. Somebody came back all the way back to us without any help. Something's not right. I don't like his acting. I wrote this story. Oh, look at the cat photo. Aww. Somebody who works underwater loves their cat. Like, my concept was just to have a series of missions that get increasingly spoopy. I start out with like routine specimen collection and video recording. I like what the Sequest Super Nintendo game is trying to do. It tries to do a bunch of different things and represent a bunch of different like types of gameplay. I agree it's not really that fun, especially if you see the isometric view and think this is going to be an action game. It's going to be like a shooter, like Gradius or something. If it's not, it's just that's the scale at which it can depict the Sequest and its surrounding environment. I like the graphics a lot. It has really cool looking submarines and the seafloor. And there's some ripped assets online from beta versions of the game where the sub looked very different. I guess because it was made when the show was entering pre-production and they didn't know for sure how the submarine was going to look yet. Surely there's a tape here. This doesn't seem terribly accurate. I gotta say. Doesn't seem to correspond to anything. Can the tapes be midway through in the water column? Cats are badly behaved. They're little bastards. I have a pet theory that they're actually horrible Cronenberg monsters. Like gurgling meat sacks, but they make us hallucinate using toxoplasmosis, so we see them as like cute mammals. I could swear someone's already done that though as the plot of a short film. I don't remember what it was called or where I saw it, but it feels like it's for sure like a Dust or Alter or Amuleto short film. It's just the plot of They Live with cats, basically. I feel like if I had a sub, most of what I would do with it would not be driving around. It would just be parking it and just hanging out and like reading and listening to music just to be underwater. Because the more you drive it, the quicker the batteries run out, right? If you don't drive it anywhere, then it's basically just a portable underwater habitat that you can take out of the water with you. So you're not breaking any laws. If I was Mr. Moneybags, Richie Rich Jeff Bezos, I would buy an aftermarket tourist sub. Like those Atlantis subs that they use in Hawaii. I'd rip out all the chairs and I'd make it like an RV inside with like a shower and toilet and couch and bed with like divisions between the different rooms. And then I would just periodically I would take it out to be underwater. I would just charge the batteries, replenish the oxygen and soda sorb, and then I would just deploy it with me and maybe like my wife if I'm married by then. If I'm a billionaire, I probably have a wife. Or whoever I'm dating or whatever. Or just the buddies. If I had Hampshire money that was in like millions of dollars, I would bring all my Hampshire buddies. That'd be a really cheap way to be underwater for a long time. Compared to actually building a habitat and operating it. You probably couldn't keep it underwater the full 72 hours. I think 3 days is the legal requirement for how much backup oxygen you have to operate a sub legally. So I'd say 48 hours, and then we keep 24 hours as a backup for emergencies. "48 hours at the bottom of the sea" sounds pretty fucking awesome to me. I don't know who you are. I don't know if that's not up to your standards. It's up to mine. I think by the end of the first 24, you'd be going pretty crazy. You can't just report it. We're already here, for God's sakes. It's way too cold out there. Pressure's way too high. Diver just isn't feasible, not with the gear that we have. We got those old metal diving suits in storage. Oh, little tummy pets. She's so trusting. I'm glad that I built trust with her to where she doesn't defend her tummy like Jenny did. Jenny was a street kitten, though. This cat has never known hardship, so she's understandably less protective of her tummy. She trusts me. Then again, I'm the one who takes care of her every material need. Little paws. I love you, little paws. Oh, she's... You can't get milk out of my thumb, I promise. Eventually she does push me off and she's like, no. It's kitten time. Time to be Kitor. Nothing can be out that way. What does the sonar even mean? Can you vibe with that though? Would you that seems like almost like an underwater hotel service that you could do. Problem is, whoever runs the service has to stay underwater with you. So I don't know if you can do it as a business. But you could totally build like a little camper, like a van life build inside one of those submersibles, and then you could, if it was docked someplace where it's already in clear water and you had a permit, on weekends you could just go spend your weekend underwater. You can just deploy on Friday and surface on Monday. Am I missing any tapes? I don't trust the sonar. I haven't found anything to scan yet, neither. Oh, those are just rocks. I see. That's a lovely fantasy, I think. Basically, looking at all the possibilities for building my own underwater habitat, they all seem increasingly expensive and impractical. Mostly because of the fact that you can't really get rights to put anything underwater permanently in this country unless you're a scientific organization. Oh, oxygen is like the health meter. We bonked the bottom of the sub. Oh, cat tummy. You're such a baby. She's just a little baby xenomorph. Just a little hairy shadow demon. Little demonling. Zulu, you're trolling me now. You can't seriously believe that. You're just saying what you know will get on my nerves. I want to say I liked 3 a lot. I thought 3 was a bold new direction for the show. Like, they tried to be Star Trek in season 1, and it would have been fine if they kept doing that. But they couldn't just go back to that after season 2 and act like nothing happened. Because season 2 ends with, like, fucking aliens sending them into the future. It's retarded. Sorry to use the R word on stream, but if anything's retarded, like, seaQuest season 2 is more retarded than actual retarded people who are lovely individuals and make important contributions to humanity. Unlike seaQuest, though. Season 2. I would love to see a reboot. I think a modern day seaQuest would be awesome. Awesome. I don't see any tapes, though. I haven't seen any for a while. If I had a map, I could methodically check every quadrant of the ocean floor. Oh, this looks promising. What? Whoa! Whoa! What is that? What is that? Uh-oh. That was toxic waste. Maybe nuclear waste. I want to say just a biohazard, though. So we found something that actually we can use the scanner for. BRB. Like in a bit. Oh, cool. It fucking froze. Cat, you mind? I can't see. I can't see. I hope you cannot see. Living inside of me. Once again, those are just rocks. You hairy slug. She's just a slab of furry flesh. She's just a slug. I love this cat. I would die for this cat. This cat would not die for me, though. This cat would probably eat my body if I remained still for too long. Anything good over here? Lights do more to illuminate the interior than the exterior. I feel like the underwater camper would give you most of the benefits you want. Like, it would give you a similar experience to the Jules Undersea Lodge, but in much better quality water. At much greater depths. And for about the same time period. It basically let you visit Jules every weekend, but a better version of it. It wouldn't be quite as big inside. You could have multiple rooms. You could have... I mean, it'd be big enough for 2 people, basically. And that's stretching it. It'd be like that awesome liveaboard submarine that insane Scandinavian murderer beheaded that woman journalist on. What do you think happened? Why do you think he did that? Do you think he raped her and then he was like, shit, I have to kill her to cover up the evidence? I don't know if they checked her for DNA or not. I don't know why a guy with all that cool stuff in his life would impulsively throw everything away like that for the sake of killing one person. What, did he have like a beef with her? Did they know each other? I never got a clear sense of why he did that. Maybe it's not for us to understand the minds of psychopaths. His sub had like tiny portholes though. It wasn't like the best sub even. It was smaller than a tour sub. A tour sub would have been a better version of the same thing. That'd be the closest thing to having your own liveaboard spaceship. It's just having a liveaboard tour sub that you just hang out underwater with. I could build my own self-sufficient Hampshire 100 feet deep off of Hawaii and visit by submersible to monitor it. Well, actually, if I was going to do that, I would do it the same way as the Nemo project did. You know Nemo's Garden? You all must have seen Nemo's Garden by now. It's the Italian vanity project to grow plants underwater, like air-breathing plants in little domes. I say little, but they're like 8 feet diameter, and you can stand up inside of them, upper body, out of water. Those would make bitchin' Hampshires. I don't have to explain why. You don't have to bring them to the surface to clean them or resupply. You can surface your body inside of them to do all of that, so they can be permanent underwater installations. And potentially, depending on the number of hams, you don't need any life support either, because the surface of the water behaves like a lung. I'd want to test that first with a CO2 sensor and a carbon monoxide sensor. What the fuck is this? Wait, why are there pillars? There's a bunch of pillars. Why are these here? I'm gonna go back. There's gotta be something. There has got to be something. They wouldn't just put that there for no reason. It's sort of hard to believe that there aren't any billionaires who have Rapture yet, even if it's just an underwater house. If fucking Epstein owned a submarine, which he did, by the way, Ghislaine Maxwell has a submersible pilot, and an island, it stands to reason one of them has an underwater house that we don't know about. There wouldn't be any point if people did know about it. To do all the fucked up shit that we know they're doing. Isn't his client list going to drop pretty soon? Now that they've had time to edit certain names off of it? Or to put the names they want on there? Why wouldn't they do it immediately? I imagine they wanted to give certain people time to, like, send them money to have their names expunged. Like, yo, we noticed your name is on this list. How much you got on you? I could see that. I don't have a down-facing camera. That seems like a necessity. Oh, what the fuck? Okay, we can't collect that. We'll get organic material. Use mechanics. What does that mean? Oh, I see. There's no mechanical arm. There's a fucking sword here and I can't do anything. There's fucking Atlantean relics. That sword has got to be cursed as fuck too. I mean, if you find it at the bottom of the ocean. It's got a ghosts and spider clowns jam-packed into that shit. It's just science. So I learned today there's a well-known set of social risk mitigation behaviors that backfire on anxious people. It makes them less likable, like not making eye contact and not talking much. I'm like, oh shit, that's me. I do that. It's interesting. I mean, people give psychologists shit for doing studies to prove what everybody already knows through common sense, but some of this stuff is not common sense to not to everyone. It's really interesting to see it quantified and proven. I wish I had known that when I was like 10 or 12. Oh, there's a rock. I see a rock. I don't see any signs of toxic waste. What do they mean by organic material, though? Are we looking for, like, Cthulhu cum? Because the real Cthulhu cum was inside of your heart all along. That seems like it's got to be something. I'm gonna look around more. Her little Pete's. I want to tickle her toes, but that really annoys her. She won't feel safe sticking her feet out if I tickle her toes every time. They're so fucking tickleable, though. Little Pete's, little cat Pete's. Here's some rocks. Here's anything. Oh, she's rolled into a morph ball and she's hugging her feet. That warms my heart. Here's another tape. I knew there had to be something around here. Let me see what it looks like on the radar. Looks like any other rock on the radar. It's not helpful. Fuck yeah, that slaps. I don't think I'm gonna make it back. I'm sorry. Just take care of the kids. Well, that was more morbid. I guess it's supposed to be. Well, now that tells us interesting information. It tells us that what we're looking for looks like any other blip on the radar. Sonar, I should say. So we need to pay attention and pursue every sonar blip. I don't know for sure that all the tapes were available from the start either. It could have been spawning them as we find each one. As for why I'm not streaming RimWorld tonight, I kind of wanted to. It's gone back to being slow, and I don't know why. The gods smiled upon me before, and they don't now, and now they begin to frown. And have grumpy dumpies. So, slow RimWorld once again, unfortunately. RimWorld is a cruel mistress, let me tell you. I tell you, what the fuck is that? What fish is that? Get fucked. Oh, you can actually damage your sub on a fish. What the... You gotta be joking. On a fish? Really? A fish. Our sub is made of tissue paper. Ladies and gentlemen. Sequest had some good episodes about the synchronicity and the synergy of space exploration alongside oceanic exploration, and about how they competed for funds in the Sequest universe. You should have gotten more of that and less of the dumb Monster of the Week plots. There's nothing... Hard to believe, honestly. It's also frustrating that it doesn't really show you which of the blips are tapes and which are like rocks and seaweed. It would really be helpful if the tapes were like red dots. Also, seaweed is a really ugly name for kelp, which is actually a beautiful plant when fully grown. I guess there are different types, and they're not all beautiful. It also looks gross as fuck on the beach when it's so slimy and partially decomposed. Be honest, y'all just come for the Sleepy Cat camera. I don't blame you. Me too. Sleepy Cat cam. Sleppington, Torp Squire. Ooh, I'm right at the edge of the map again. Yeah, for an indie horror game, this is pretty well realized underwater environment. Well, it's kind of shallow water. Wonder how if I can surface actually. Will it let me surface or not? 10, 9, 8, 7. There is a surface to the water. And the game freezes if you hit it. Nope, there we go. You don't collide, but it doesn't let you go out of the water. Would that have been so difficult just to have a surface of the ocean with like a skybox? Then again, you'd have to model how the surface interacts with the viewing dome if you did that. They didn't even bother to have the particles not enter the cabin. We're really shallow though. We're I don't know if those are meters. I want to say those are meters, not feet. 29 meters deep is not super deep. For scuba diving anyway. It's like what, 100 feet? 100 feet is about how deep you go on Atlantis subs too. I don't remember when I got so fascinated with underwater stuff. I just remember as a kid I'd have dreams where I had grown up in an underwater colony. I first went on a submersible at age of 16 or 17, I believe. And before that, a submarine, but it was a tour of a submarine with no windows. Can't see shit, Captain. Am I really reasonable to hope that I might just stumble across? It's also kind of foggy in here. I wish I could wipe that glass with my hand. I just leave fingerprints though, like maybe with like a paper towel. There's actually some shit, like, I forget what it's called, no fog, that you wipe acrylic with, especially your scuba goggles. It stings like fuck if it gets in your eyes, but it prevents condensation from accumulating. That would probably work in a sub. God damn, I want my own sub. The real life guys, those German YouTubers, built their own submersible. I have no idea how they have that much money. Apparently a million view YouTube video is something like $100,000 though, so. Or not, I'm probably off by like a zero. That's quite a lot of money though. So are those sponsorships you keep seeing. Those are like $5,000 sponsorships. Between like $2,000 and $5,000 for Raid Shadow Legends and Brilliant.org and NordVPN. So that's the kind of money you make. Most of it's sponsorship money. If you're a big YouTuber. If I had just gotten a little bit bigger than I was when I got started, I would have gotten approached to do sponsorships, and I would be making it. I could live off of that easily. I could have paid my rent in Oppo very easily with that kind of money. Making one video a month. Need to hurry up and get the double-decker habitat finished, and then I can focus on starting to pull in more viewers, and then I can focus on getting a sponsor. I'll have to change what my official opinions are, though, by that time. I'll have to erase all prior online activity. Probably being banned from Twitter isn't going to help my case. They're going to want to know why I was banned and what I did. They're not going to take I don't know for an answer, probably. Should have thought about that sooner. It's really frustrating because people who ask stuff like that don't really want to argue with you. They don't, even if you had a good argument, they don't care. They just want to identify what tribe you're in, and as soon as they hear indications that you're in the enemy tribe, they're like, okay, I see, and then they just discontinue any business or contact with you because they can't fucking defend it. They know they can't. They don't try. They don't think they have to. They're so smug and self-assured in the correctness of their views. They will not attempt to defend them because they don't believe they should have to. They believe for moral reasons everybody's obligated to hold the same views they do, and if we don't, then we just deserve to die. Or we don't deserve to support ourselves at any rate. Ironically being poverty creators while at the same time claiming class consciousness. This has got to be something. How can this not be something? These are the same people who roll their eyes and laugh at you if you tell them that they require you to agree with them on every little thing, and then they actually do. They're like, well, what did you? They're like, oh, so you're a Trumper then? Oh, blah blah blah. You're QAnon. I'm like, no, actually, I reject both of those. I'm an atheist social democrat. Like, oh, really? Wow. Well, then what did you get banned for? I tell them like, oh, well, of course you can't disagree about that. And I'm like, but you would say that no matter what I disagreed with you on. However much they insist that that's not them, that they don't just ban people for single issue disagreements, they absolutely fucking do. I'm kind of reaching the end of my rope over it, or reaching my limit of how much I can take of the censorship class. Of the poverty creators, of the thought police and the homeless makers of the world. I'm going to wind up ruined because of my principles. Principles are going to kill me. I don't know how to live without principles. I mean, that seems like a fate worse than death, but I also can't see how to live with them. It's really frustrating. Everybody wants to separate everybody into one or two political camps, and I'm over here talking about moral value hierarchies of moral priorities, and the difference being whether one prioritizes kindness over truth or vice versa. But they don't want to hear it. They just want to hear Democrat or Republican. I guess I'm more Democrat than I'm Republican, but that's still not good enough. And that's the frustrating thing. It's not good enough to be mostly to the left. You have to be all the way you have to be as far to the left as possible, just to dispel any doubts that you're even somewhat to the right on any issue. You have to fly to an extreme. And it's also not enough just to pay lip service. It's not enough to obey. You have to really believe in everything they tell you to believe. I can't do that. I'm fucking autistic. I can't pretend that the emperor isn't naked. Have they ever met an autistic person? who wasn't trans, I mean. These people have been sold a narrative that makes sense in their minds, and they've mistaken that for science. It was explained to them by people they trusted, and it rang true according to their best reckoning. That's also how conspiracy theorists determine what's true, but they don't see themselves as being comparable. They really don't like the comparison either. I don't know what to do, man. I want to live. I want to eat good food. I want to keep eating hot food and sleeping indoors. But I also don't want to compromise on my principles. And the thing is, you don't just compromise a little bit. You have to completely sell out in order to survive. I can't do that. I won't do that. I'd rather die. I mean, I accept climate change. I accept evolution. I am quadruple vaccinated. You would think that would be good enough. I think feminism is cool. You would think that would be good enough. I'm on board with social democracy. I'm not religious in the least. You think that would be good enough. That's not good enough, apparently. Shockingly, you have to tick every single box on the list, or it's good for nothing. It counts for nothing if you don't tick every box, and that's insane. That is insanely unreasonable to expect that degree of ideological purity and agreement from a stranger, or you're going to fucking pull out all the stops trying to ruin them. That is insane and evil. And then to turn around and say shit like, oh, I tolerate disagreement. I'm a tolerant person. They just fucking shut down. And even friends do that. Me. Is there really nothing down here? Or have I already gotten what's down here? How am I going to survive? My parents are going to die of old age, and I'm going to have to sell the house because I can't afford to pay the property taxes. On the upside, by that time, probably housing, if the housing bubble hasn't burst, this will be worth $1 bajillion. And then if I time it right and the housing bubble bursts after I sell, then I'll be able to buy a really reasonable house for much lower costs that I can afford the property taxes on. Probably in Washington because they don't have any income tax. Or is it sales tax? They don't. No, it's income tax. Oregon doesn't have sales tax. So if I live in Washington for the no property tax or no income tax, whichever one it is, and then I just drive down to Oregon for the no sales tax to buy shit, does that work as a fucking money saving gambit? It seems like it would. I'm trying to make a living as a writer, and that unavoidably means living in poverty, so especially when you won't bend the knee to the emperor, so I've chosen an unnecessarily difficult path in life. Well, this sonar does not work for shit. I have to quit soon if I don't find the end of this. I think the first time I played this, I didn't find any of the tapes. I've been thinking really hard lately about strategies. Just for how to live. And a lot of people are. We're entering hard times, I believe.
with AI destroying jobs at the same time that we're entering a recession, at the same time that we may be entering a world war. That might be the solution that our leaders have arrived at to automation and technological unemployment, is just start a world war to kill off as many of us as possible. What is that thing? That's not a fucking whale. Why does it look like that? I know it's rude to ask, but no, that is a whale. Never mind. It just looked fucked up from the angle I was looking at it from. That's still kind of a grody whale. Oh, it detects the whale. That's adorable. I want to beat this though. I'm so far along. I'm still curious why there was a sword. That has to go to something. This is becoming dull. What are flares? Why don't I have flares? If you could see my path so far, it looked like one of those Family Circus strips where it shows Billy's dotted line. Is that a dated reference? Might be. So what do I do? What's my way forward? Strategy 1 is I need to learn to pick my battles or just keep my mouth shut. Or if necessary, just become a complete sellout and have no principles. Other than whatever the current definition of kindness is. I wasn't shown kindness until a relatively late age in my life. But I owe it to people who are married to a lie? How does that work? None of this shit applies to Christians either, somehow. We have to humor one set of people, but not another set of people, based on their current political popularity level. One set of people you can't disagree with their beliefs, and the other you have to. And they have the audacity to say, well, it's not a belief system, we don't have an ideology. Yes, you do. It's called fucking critical theory. They're trying to gaslight everybody the same way that Christians do when they say, I don't have a religion, I have a relationship. And the thing is, it never works either. If you point that out, they immediately stop trying that tactic. They attempt it, though. It really bothers me that they try to... I guess because the most defensible position is an invisible one. It has no name. They're attempting to not have to defend it by defining it out of existence. Also because it has a pretty fucked up history with like John Money and David Reimer. Okay, we're back here. Did we find anything over here? I don't remember if we did. Maybe it's up higher in the water column. What frustrates me is everybody I talk to that I know personally, in private, tells me that they agree with me, but they're afraid to talk about it openly. This has to be something. Oh. That doesn't mean anything, I don't think. Is it darker now than when I started? So it gives you a compass and it gives you depth. It also gives you coordinates. I guess I could plot out a map myself with those coordinates. Somehow that doesn't correspond to anything. I don't know how it's possible. It really seems like that would have to be an indicator or something. And the sword also didn't go to anything that we know of. Am I not seeing any statements from you guys in the chat window? Has it not updated, or are you just being really quiet? You know, really the last thing I see that you said was Season 2 was the best episode of Sequest, which is dog shit. That's just a bad take. I mean, what I'm up against are the kind of people who are happy when you agree with them social democracy is desirable, but then they immediately have like a sourpuss face when you say, but we can't have social democracy and open borders. And then they'll briefly try to argue that in fact we can, and then when it doesn't go the way they want because of reality, they try to hurt you. It always just comes back around to trying to hurt you. And trying to make you homeless, which is just what they do. They're the homeless makers. Isn't this where the sword was? Yeah, it is. How can this not be where you're supposed to go? I'm quitting. This is taking too long. It's really frustrating. We got so many tapes that time, but it just doesn't ever lead anywhere that I can tell. What can I say that was good, though? That was relaxing. It's relaxing and interesting. This looks like Baldi's Basics. It looks a lot like, suspiciously like Baldi's Basics. Cat, hang on. I don't want to point that far left. Camera, can you please cooperate with me? Will that be good enough, I wonder? I want to catch. Oh, you're rolling over. Tum Tum. I'm pet your Tum Tum. Little cat Tum Tum. Oh, you're so soft. I wish I was mouse sized so I could sleep on your tummy like a bed. You would probably kill me though. And again, I've only ever seen her kill birds. When I say kill birds, I mean she murdered the fuck out of them and beheaded one, and brought the head to me as a tribute or a warning. I'm depressing myself now. Oh, this fucking game. I know this game. I have deeply rooted memories of playing this. There's an invisible wall there. Oh, has this become SCP already? Yes, it has. Fuck. So many of these are so derivative. If it's not PT, it's like Five Nights at Freddy's. Oh, nope. There we go. Oh, is that a Spooberman? Don't you fucking pop out at me. Don't you know who I am, Spoober lad? I've been popped out at before. I'm ready for you emotionally and spiritually. What if I get to the bottom and it'll be the Spooberman just standing there naked with his dingle hanging out? Like, yeah, you like what you see? Doshio. Ow, my fucking ears. Oh, I need to turn down my headphones. It's getting really loud. Ah! Oh, fuck you. All I got was like a